rebels and raiders eliminated at Cocherel, King Charles V faced one last threat to France: the relentless English invaders. Word arrived that the English army was weak and scattered, divided by infighting. The king quickly directed his army to chase down the old enemy of France at Pontvallain. The French town of Pontvallain lay directly in the path of marauding English soldiers on the hunt for loot. The town's only hope of survival lay with the French forces camped nearby. The French quickly prepared to ambush the disorganized English raiders and defend Pontvallain from ruin.
Mandements, colonnes! Cos'è sarà massonata? Colonnes, paraitis! Vado labourar.
Colonnes sont ici. Mercat fect.
The main English army thundered into the valley. They paused to rest beyond the town before launching their raid.
Si est. Venies, servientes.
Fouet labour. Camino. Io ma sono la cosa. Fouet me.
Mi plec, colonnes. Parade cette France. Si, bene. Vado a massa.
Labour spérance.
Fouet me. Si sommes. Buona ciel pour la materia. Parate! Allons-y! Parade pour venir. Coligans Bacchus.
Si sommes. Mandesqued. Vado a massa.
Labour Spérance. Farats pour labourar. Calais si pois.
Mandesqued. Sito. Parade pour venir. Bien fait.
Parade pour venir. Si, comprendo.
Vale. Fouet de labour? Labour spérance. Seco materia.
The first group of English raiders began their attacks on the outlying farms. After destroying the farms, they would attack the town of Pontvallain.
Sigue-me.
Si sommes. Inerans. Si, bene.
Qued me. Quito.
Toutes auditées. Cose sarà ma sonata. Qued me.
Qued labor. Escolte bene. Secco materia.
Qued labor. Vido aussi. Vado laborar.
Parier et préparier l'enquête. Perfecté. Allez, la Kers. Si. Cavallo ici. Oyez, oyez.
Parade pour venir. Edgeliment de monte. Monacial pour la matière. Spérance.
L'enquête soprioxa. Vade, la Kers. Présentez l'enquête.
A small bandit camp lurked in the valley. If the French could defeat these routiers, they could claim the supplies they had gathered.
Escolte bene. Si, comprendo. Io ma sono la...
Paraz pour laborar. Io ma sono la cose.
Si sommes. Mandesqued. Cose sera ma sonata. Parade pour laborar. Ici va tost. Vado laborar. Parade pour laborar. Parade pour venir. Cose sera ma sonata.
Caval parat. Bene. L'enquête parat. L'enquête so bene. Parier et préparier l'enquête.
Paraz pour laborar. Retourno comme
La
materia.
couette, mais... Retourno con materia. Buon lavoro.
Coursor obéissance. Coup en course. Quai Mendes en boulot. Perfecté. Cum grande course.
Parade pour venir. Secco materia. Io ma sono la cose.
Quet lavoro. Si sommes. Vado laborar.
L'enquête paratas. L'enquête parat. Présentez l'enquête. Parier et préparé. Comprendo.
Parade pour laborar.
More scattered English raiders arrived and made their way towards Pontvallain.
L'enquête soprioxa. Omesh.
Obedio. Audience. Qued labor.
Escolte bene. Vado laborar.
Mandesqued. Vado laborar. Mandesqued.
Edgeliment de monte.
Vale.
Io ma sono la...
L'enquête. L'enquête. Écoute.
Odite.
Labour Spérance.
Toutes audite. Retourno comme materia.
Présentez l'enquête. Si, sitôt.
Si sommes.
Vale. Tourma.
Toutes auditées. Y affect. massonade.
Präsent, siege me. Lances paratas. Vadé la guerre.
Vandesque,
Arrière.
et chili arms de retournar. Qued me? Vado laburar. Tuts, vamos, vale tuts.
Vale. Quid labour? Colones requient mandement. Labour spérance. Cos'è sera massonata? Barats pour labourar. Io massono la barats pour labourar. Vado labourar.
Lances, valet. Parier et préparier, Lances. Bene. Courson, cavallo ici. Parier, si, sitôt. Rex de l'ennemi! Lances parat. Lances parata. Perfecte.
Odite. Labour spérance. Cos'è sera massonata?
More scattered English raiders arrived and made their way towards Pontvallain.
Hommes, preparate. Bene, bene. Sagittaire. Veici del commandement. Venez vos, et c'est des Spartans.
Coureur perfect. À l'arson. Rex, baudestrière.
Compagnon, age of temper.
Bossol, donc. Les lancières se meuvent.
Oyet, Veici, commandement. Ayez cure au commandement. Acoustrez-vous pour des Spartiens.
Quoi faut-il faire? En place.
Veici, un jamber, poids na folle. Mec ton snooze à la voie bien brillamment. Compagnon, guerre à parmain.
Allons-y, à butinaire.
Vaiets mue bezwe. Oyets les ordonnances.
Grevet, Sam, Sahitan.
Mon arc est mon Versailles.
Ma lance presse.
Commandement. Vayet moi de Wayne. Presse porteur. Tous de Yalaoret. Ayez l'obscur, Hawks, le ferai-je donc? Archers, mes vos! Archers!
En besoigne.
Oh yes, tout le monde. Allons, ça, Versailles. À votre
Oui,
commandement.
marchande, avance.
Marchandises, belge fer.
Dites-moi vos commandements. Ça,
Quoi faut-il faire? Où sont les commandements?
Veici les commandements. Mettons-nous à la voie, bien brièvement.
aussi voué.
Quoi faut-il faire?
Longtemps va-t-il demeurer?
Oui, ayez cure au commandement.
Ennemi pointoyé!
Comment j'obtiens faire à vos adresses? Les chevaliers avions moins.
Oil, messieurs des mouets.
Giovanni Bas.
Besoin à faire?
Albertan.
Que faut-il?
Sancerre en place.
J'ouvre bouée pour ma...
Baillez mouets, besoin de nous attendre. Manance. Oui, là.
Compagnons, ayez bien cure. Obéissez au commandement.
Quoi faut-il faire?
Un besoin.
Que faut-il donc besoigner? Suisse.
Oh, me faut trahir.
Oyez, tout le monde.
Dites-moi, mon gars, archer.
Confiance, les fruits des marchandises.
Was euch donc?
The English army chose their moment and began to close in on Pontvallain.
Allons!
Oyez, veillez comme le volet.
Was euch donc?
Les autres, les avions moins,
Oui,
compagnons.
marchande, avec.
Vex, à mon commandement.
Oyez, veillez commandement.
Compagnons, voyez bien. Veillez le commandement.
Oyez, tout le monde.
Oil, messieurs de moi.
Oil, messieurs des mouets.
Notre bâtisse s'essuie.
Bien, was euch? Quoi faut-il faire?
On passe, compagnons.
Sancerre en place.
Pour vos servir. Incontinent.
Quoi faut-il faire? Allons, presse.
Bonne besoin, expect. Un besoin. Advertance tout le monde. Que faut-il donc besoigner? Oh, me faut trahir? Vos amènes pitance.
Compagnons, ayez bien cure.
Quoi faut-il faire?
Ayez cure.
Laissons les commandement. Sigret-moi, pro compagnon. Compagnon, voyez bien, avant, les chevaux du coin sont arroués.
Laisse partir.
Les chevaux de chasse, escoute j'y vois de cette air. Pex, ce n'est que j'y vois de cette terre. Compagnon, voyez bien. Sigret fouet, pro compagnon. Les chevaux cherchent une flèche. Il n'y faut que la nuit.
Les commandements de guerre.
Les chevaux cherchent, escoute. Veillez par devant. Avant. Sigret fouet, pro compagnon.
After a hard-won battle against a scattered enemy, the French succeeded in halting the English chevauchés at Pontvallain. The English army was not invincible. The French cause was not yet lost. Longbows were powerful weapons, but keeping archers supplied with ammunition was a major undertaking.
This is a modern arrow. Small and lightweight. Pretty much what everyone shoots these days. Compared to this, medieval war arrow. Look at the size of this thing. It's a beast.
A medieval army might need more than 1 million war arrows on campaign, and each one had to be made by hand. It was a labor-intensive business, and the person who did it was called a fletcher. First, a log is split into square staves. Then the fletcher uses a plane to start roughing out the shape.
Ugh, how do I get it round?
Not only have you got to make it round, you've got to make it bobtailed. Look at that.
Bobtailed?
You see that's coming down thinner down that end? There's a natural taper coming down there to that end.
A plane with a curved blade is used to create the taper. This makes the arrow aerodynamic.
This is an incredibly painstaking process for one arrow.
Most of them are just for one shot as well.
Next, a slot is cut to receive a piece of horn. The horn reinforces the nock. That's the notch that fits the arrow to the bowstring. Without the horn insert, the power of a heavy warbow could split and shatter an arrow. Once the horn is in place, the nock is sawn and shaped. Then the fletcher has to attach the feathers to the shaft.
Now what you've got to do is you've got to get rid of the stiffness of the quill. You're going to work it down so it's nice and thin.
So this is dogfish skin?
Yeah, medieval sandpaper.
The feathers are glued in place and then secured with thread. The final process is to arm the arrow with its arrowhead. The person who makes these is called an arrowsmith. From a blank piece of iron, he starts with the part that fits over the arrow shaft. First, he makes the bar flat, then uses a special former to create a socket. The final stage is to hammer out the shape of the head. Arrow stocks had to be prepared far in advance of a campaign. It was impossible to make them in sufficient numbers overnight. A medieval war arrow like this could only be shot from a big, exceptionally powerful bow. And it packed a mighty punch.